Welcome to Our Life in Books, where we talk about our lives, books, and everything in between. I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Samantha.
And we're cousins.
Woo! Woo! Flawless. Today is our November new release episode.
Yay.
We are so excited to talk about all these new books.
Yes.
But first, what tea are we drinking?
We are drinking the ginger peach tea from Tea Cellar. It's pretty self-explanatory, right? It's got ginger and peach.
This was Raylan's favorite.
Oh,
we're smelling the teas.
Yeah.
He said this one smelled the best.
It's really good.
It's very good.
I don't catch much of the ginger.
No, definitely not. But peach.
The peach, yeah. What isn't this the tea that made me buy that apricot tea? No, because it was apricot.
Did they have an apricot tea?
They must have.
Because I want some.
Yeah.
And I was just in there the other day. I need to go. Did I tell you?
No, this is the tea.
Or in two different stories.
They put out an apricot tea, and then they said they weren't going to continue it because they had a ginger peach. That's it. So then I bought the apricot from Adagio.
Yeah, because we love the apricot.
Mm-hmm. It is really good.
I wonder if we were like, hey, we really like the apricot, bring it back.
Right.
If they bring it back. Oh, so what I was going to say is for work, I've been going there a lot because they're going to basically partner with us. On our little tea. So we put together little virtual teas for kids, and we put together like a little craft box with instructions, and they gave us 12 little sample teas to put in there and how to steep them.
Is it like the tiny little?
Yes. And so they're going to do that for every tea. So you and the boys should maybe get a tea.
That.
So it comes with like all the stuff you need for the craft. So like crayons, like whatever you need is in the box. And then it also comes with like papers to do the fun crafts with the video. And then at the end, there's also like a challenge to do a cool craft with the box that it comes in.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So we're partnering with them. And I was so excited. I told them, I was like, and I went in there and they knew my name because we ordered teas. And I was like, yeah, I'm so excited.
So cute.
Yeah, this one's real good. So what are you reading?
I am listening to the audiobook for Boyfriend Material.
Cute.
Material. Oh my God. By Alexis Hall.
I remember
you know
this.
The cover. Yes,
I do.
It's so cute. If you have the opportunity to listen to the audiobook, I recommend it. I think the narrator is really, really good. It says his name is Joe Jameson. But anyway, so it is about a guy named Luke. His parents were both really famous singers. And so he's like grown up as the kid of famous people. But he's never met his dad before. And so, he's grown up in this like kind of spotlight where people are like super interested in his life, but he's kind of like, why? Like, I didn't ever do anything.
It wasn't
myself.
Me, it was my parents. Yeah.
And, he's just kind of like, he's partied, and the media has had a lot of negative things to say about him. And so he works for a nonprofit right now, and his job basically tells him he needs to like get his life together and start dating a respectable boy, or he's going to lose his job.
Oh, dang.
So it's got the trope, we're going to fake date. And then,
love that.
So he meets this boy named Oliver, and they fake date. They're fake boyfriends. And of course, it doesn't stay fake for long. It's so freaking cute. I love it so much.
I love the cover too.
Like I said, if you have a chance to listen to the audiobook, definitely do it, because it's so good.
I want to listen to it now.
I love it. What are you reading?
So I am getting started on A Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow by Laura Taylor Nami. Her name, I can't remember.
I don't know.
I'm so sorry. And I'm going to talk about it later because it's one of my November new release picks as well. So I thought I'd just wait. But yeah, I have a Kindle Unlimited rec.
Yes.
And it's also November new release, but
yes.
I took it out of the rapid fire. It's The Haunting of Bryn Wilder by Wendy Webb, which I thought it was so cool that it came out November 1st, and it's already on Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah. I love the cover on this one.
Me too. And it was like, it was one of my top picks.
Sweet.
All right, so I will read the synopsis. After a devastating loss, Bryn Wilder escapes to Wharton, a tourist town on Lake Superior, to rest. Checking into a quaint boarding house for the summer, she hopes to put her life into perspective. In her fellow lodgers, she finds a friendly company of strangers. The frail Alice, cared for by a married couple with a heartbreaking story of their own, Luann, the eccentric and lovable owner of the inn, and Dominic, an unsettlingly handsome man inked from head to toe in mesmerizing tattoos. Ooh. But in this inviting refuge where a century of souls have passed, a mystery begins to swirl. Alice knows things about Bryn, about all of them, that she shouldn't. Bad dreams and night whispers lure Bryn to a shuttered room. Sorry, my computer's pretty far away. I can't see it for a second. Let's see. Bad dreams and night whispers lure Bryn to a shuttered room at the end of a hall. A room still heavy with a recent death. And now she's become irresistibly drawn to Dominic, even in the shadow of rumors that wherever he goes, suspicious death follows.
Oh.
Yeah, in this chilling season of love, transformation, and fear, something is calling for Bryn. To settle her past, she may have no choice but to answer.
Ooh.
Love it. Sounds so good.
It does. Oh, that cover. It's just so eerie looking.
I know. It looks so good. That's on my TBR list for sure.
All right. So my prime reading rec is, as far as I know, is not a November release. But it is called The Secret Book and Scone Society by Ellery Adams. So it's a cozy little mystery, and I just really love cozy mysteries.
Yes.
A quirky club in a small town, North Carolina, holds the key to health, happiness, friendship, and even solving a murder, all to be found within the pages of the right book. Strangers flock to Miracle Springs, hoping the natural hot springs, 5-star cuisine, and renowned spa can cure their ills. Sorry.
Could lure it away. Lure it away. Sorry, I didn't make a cough.
I inhaled my own spit. Oh my goodness. Okay.
I shouldn't have even laughed. My bad.
If none of that works, they often find their way to Miracle Books, where over a fresh-baked comfort scone, they exchange their stories with owner Nora Pennington in return for a carefully chosen book. That's Nora's special talent, prescribing the perfect novel to ease a person's deepest pain. So when a visiting businessman reaches for guidance, Nora knows exactly how to help. But before he can keep their appointment, he's found dead on the train tracks.
Oh, shit.
Stunned, Nora forms the Secret Book and Scone Society, a group of damaged souls yearning to earn redemption by helping others. To join, members must divulge their darkest secret, the terrible truth that brought each of them to Miracle Springs in the first place. Now, determined to uncover the truth behind the businessman's demise, the women meet in Nora's cozy bookstore, and as they untangle a web of corruption, they also discover their own courage, purpose, and a sisterhood that will carry them through every challenge, proving it's never too late to turn the page and start over.
That does sound so cozy, and it looks like she has other ones too. Like this is the start of the first one. It does just sound like a cozy little like rainy day baking tea mystery.
Yes, and that used to be like my bread and butter of books.
It definitely, I was gonna say, it reminds me of like stuff you used to read. I used to try to read. I would start
a series, and it's just funny because these series are always like, this one woman in this tiny town is always involved in some murders, and it's like, okay, but if that was real life, I'd be super scared of being anywhere near that woman.
Like, I'm leaving,
because it's like, this is a small town. How are you involved in so many murders? And how is there so many murders in this small town? Is it you? Are you the murderer every time?
That makes me want to read the new Nancy Drew books.
Yeah,
and I need to watch the show. I haven't started it. I was so gung ho, and then it came up, and I was like, oh, I forgot. This sounds so cute, though. I really want to read it.
That's what I thought.
This seems like a winter book. Like, get cozy.
Yes. All right, book world news.
Book world news. Okay. The first thing, and we haven't read this. Tiny Little Things.
No.
By Sonia.
Isn't that the one with the pink cover?
Yes. Sonia. Oh, we've had to say it before.
Hold on.
And Danielle Clayton. I can't. Oh. It's loading. Chara Porta. Anyway, it's coming to Netflix.
I'm so sorry.
And that's on this episode. We're looking at this on Epic Reads blog. It's coming to Netflix. I haven't read it, but I know I love the cover.
Yes.
It's Black Swan meets Pretty Little Liars, this soapy, drama-packed novel featuring diverse characters who will do anything to be the prima at their elite ballet school. Isn't that exciting?
Yes. Sorry, I'm not mad. Well, I am mad, but not at you.
You need a new computer.
My computer does this every once in a while where it just closes whatever
Chrome.
this is called, Chrome. Yes, it just closes it randomly, and I'm like, cool.
One,
I wasn't
ballet,
doing anything.
awesome. Two, like
Isn't
love
this-
Pretty Little Liars. I never watched Black Swan though.
I thought it was a duology.
It could be.
I'm gonna look. Maybe I'm thinking of something else Danielle Clayton did. Nope, it is. Because the second one is Shiny Broken Pieces.
Yes. And so like on this blog post on Epic Reads, it goes through the cast. So it goes through the three girls, Kylie Jefferson playing Neva, Casimir Joletta playing Betty, Daniela Norman playing June, and then Brennan Kloss playing Shane. And there's pictures, and Michael Hurosen playing Nabel, and Damon G. Gilspie playing Caleb. And then there's more. I'm not going to keep going.
My goodness.
Look at all those cast of characters.
And there's a trailer now.
So we should watch that. We're going to watch that later. It's too hard for me to put it into the podcast. It's too difficult, guys. My brain. But yeah, I'm so excited. Makes me want to read the book.
Yes.
Also, there's an interview on Fierce Reads with Marissa Meyer about Instant Karma.
Yeah.
The book that just came out. That's on our November new releases list.
Yes. I got to do a Fierce Reads. I don't even know what they called it. One of those things with like authors, and she was there talking about her book.
What did she say? Because I didn't have a chance to read this yet. You guys should go read it. I'm going to probably tomorrow. I really like the cover. Did she say like any inspiration or like what was going on?
Well, she kind of talked about how it was such a nice change of pace because she's been writing like sci-fi fantasies.
Yeah. And
so this is I'm pretty sure it's her first contemporary.
Yeah.
But it's her first, it says it's her first rom-com. But it's not completely real world. There's a little bit of magical element to it.
I like it.
Because it's about a girl that can, what is it? Hold on. I don't want to say it wrong.
It's about a girl that does something. I don't know.
So she's got a power. Let's see. Her dreams of karmic justice are fulfilled when, after a night out with her friends, she wakes up with the sudden ability to cast instant karma on those around her. So, like, if someone's doing something bad, she can instantly punish them for it, basically.
Yeah, it says, what 3 words would you use to describe instant karma? And Marissa said, music, environmentalism, swooning. So cute. Love the cover.
I'm excited.
It's so great. What's next? Oh, we haven't done a bookish horoscope in forever. Yes. So I was like, we need to do that. Why did we stop doing that? I don't remember. So are you going to read mine and I'm going to read yours?
Yes.
All right, let me find you.
I'm right at the top, girl.
I must have passed it. Oh. Find me?
No, not yet. You're always right at the end, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I skipped it and I was a Taurus and I was like, you're not a Taurus. All right, Aries.
You or me? You?
I can go first.
Okay.
Keywords: pivotal, ambitious, and bonding.
Oh.
October brought some needed ? New perspectives. November finds you feeling thoughtful. You've been contemplating transformation all fall and recognizing how growth is simply leaving your old self behind. That change is getting more real and scary. Sit with the discomfort and recognize this moment as a pivotal one.
Oh.
Yeah. You've got big goals for yourself, some of which are feeling all the more clear and urgent as we head towards winter. But you're also craving closeness and the opportunity to share those ambitions with others. Perhaps that's why, with a crush, a best friend, a sibling, or even a writing buddy, you are ready to... Okay, sorry, I said that wrong. Perhaps that's with a crush. Gotcha. So your husband, your best friend, a sibling, your crush, or even a writing buddy. Are you ready to let your walls down to deepen those bonds? It's up to you, Aries. Your book pick is Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. There we go. Reason. Talk about some scary changes needing urgent action. Buckle up for this novel about 2 sisters, one brutal murder, and a quest for vengeance that will unleash hell itself. Oh. Don't worry, there's romance too.
I really love the cover of that book.
Me too, and I like this, like what they just said. That was really cute.
Yeah, I like it.
So, looks like you're in need for some change. Get going. Leave that old self behind.
I don't like change.
But you've been doing a lot of it, let's be honest. You've started playing Among Us. You guys watch Twitch now, and you're art journaling.
Hey.
So there's some changes.
Fine. Fine. Little changes. Okay, yours.
Mine's like, stop being a bee.
Oh my God. Okay, keywords: deep, honest, real.
Okay.
You were the definition of a team player last month. Now, November brings up more emotions and superpowered energy when it comes to your community. You may be feeling a deep emotional connection to your friends during this transit, relating to them on a new level and sharing new things about yourself that you've learned over the past month. Sounds like the stars are begging you for an old-fashioned game of truth or dare, TBH.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to get real and real intense. Diving deep now can help everybody rise up and reconnect after a tough year. Keep it real, Capricorn.
Never.
Okay. Your book pick is You Were Never Here by Kathleen Peacock.
Oh.
As you lean into friendship in new ways, here's a page-turning thriller with a hint of supernatural that's sneakily about self-empowerment and the deepest bonds found through friendship.
Oh,
That book sounds really good.
That does sound really good. I love the cover too.
I love thrillers.
Because this, yep, can't sing that.
No.
Copyright.
Michael Jackson will get you.
Because this, I'll come back and will get you.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay. So I put this in here because I said, basically, I just wanted to tell you about this book because we need to read it.
I'm down.
It is called Spells Trouble, and it's by PC Cast and Kristen Cast.
Oh my God, I love the cover.
It doesn't come out until May 25th, but so here's I'm just going to read the synopsis because it's pretty short.
That's fine.
Hunter and Mercy Good are twin witches, direct descendants of the founder of their town of Goodville. As their ancestors have done before them, it is now time for the twins to learn what it means to be gatekeepers, the protectors of the gates to different underworlds, ancient portals between their world and realms where mythology rules and nightmares come to life. When their mother becomes the first victim in a string of murders, the devastated sisters vow to avenge her death. But it will take more than magic to rein in the ancient mythological monsters who've infected their peaceful town. Now Hunter and Mercy must come together and accept their destiny or risk being separated for good.
Ooh, that sounds so good.
Right?
And it's by Wednesday Books. Hey,
Twin Witches.
Twitches.
Also, there is a giveaway for it right now on Goodreads, so go enter it.
I'm going to go enter it.
You're welcome. It's open for the next 26 days. So
okay, guys. So everybody better go
do it. And then I was thinking it comes out in May, so we should read it next year for the podcast.
Yes, I'm down. That sounds so good.
Yes.
I want it now.
I do too. And okay, in real life, the authors are sisters? Question mark? Or mother-daughter?
They're mother-daughter. They're related.
Yes. I can't remember.
Oh, shut up. She was born in the Midwest. Ayo.
Hey. Lives in Oregon near her fabulous daughter. So maybe
I think mother-daughter. I think it's mother-daughter.
Anyway, they are like a writing
powerhouse.
Yes, because they write books constantly.
Yeah. And they're all really good. Yeah. Okay, announcements. Yes. The next Tea Chats, we're going to be talking about Unsolved Mysteries Volume 2 on Netflix.
Yay.
I have not watched them. I know, I need to.
I still have 2 left to watch. Wait, 1. I think I only have 1 left.
Oh, can't wait. The next regular episode, we're going to be covering December new releases, so send us all of your suggestions.
Yay.
And our book for December is All This Time by Mickey Daughtry and Rachel Lippincott.
You guys have to read it.
Excited.
Yes.
Okay. November, new releases, summaries. Deep dive.
Yes. These are our 10 in-depth summaries. Okay. So the first one, the first one is one that we've already kind of talked about. It's Instant Karma by Marissa Meyer.
Yeah.
I'm going to read it for you again, the little synopsis. Chronic overachiever Prudence Barnett is always quick to cast judgment on the lazy, rude, and arrogant residents of her coastal town. Same. Her dreams of karmic justice are fulfilled when, after a night out with her friends, she wakes up with the sudden ability to cast instant karma on those around her. Prue giddily makes use of this power, punishing everyone from public vandals to karaoke hecklers. But there's one person on whom her powers consistently backfire. Quint Erickson, her slacker of a lab partner and all-around mortal enemy. Soon, Prue begins to uncover truths about Quint, her peers, and even herself that reveal how thin the line is between virtue and vanity, generosity and greed, love and hate.
Sounds so cute.
Yes. This one is a YA contemporary romance, and it came out November 3rd.
Woo, so everyone can go read it right now.
Yes, do it.
Do it. Do it, guys. Do it. All right, my first pick is the book I mentioned before, A Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow by Laura Taylor Nami. I'm saying it like that. I'm sorry if it's Nami. Okay.
I really like the cover.
Me too. Love the cover. Love that it's tea. Has tea in it.
Yes.
I'm down. Okay. For Leela Reyes, a summer in England was never part of the plan. The plan was, 1, take over her abuela's role as head baker at their panaderia?
Panaderia, yeah.
Panaderia. 2, move in with her best friend after graduation. And 3, live happily ever after with her boyfriend. But then the trifecta happened. Everything, including Lila or Leela?
I don't know. Lila?
I like Lila. Okay, including Lila herself fell apart. Worried about Lila's mental health, her parents make a new plan for her. Spend 3 months with family friends in Winchester, England to relax and rest. But with the lack of sun, a grumpy inn cook, and a small town lacking Miami flavor, both in food and otherwise, what would be a dream trip for some feels more like a nightmare to Lila. Until she meets Orion Maxwell. A tea shop clerk with troubles of his own, Orion is determined to help Lila out of her funk and appoints himself as her personal tour guide. From Winchester's drama-filled music scene to the sweeping English countryside, it isn't long before Lila is not only charmed by Orion, but England itself. Soon, a new future is beginning to form in Lila's mind, one that would mean leaving everything she planned behind.
I'm already swooning.
I also was like, I want to be her! 3 months in England?
I would like
Take
some
me.
family friends in England to be sent off to, please.
Yeah, please.
Send me there.
off. So that is a YA contemporary romance, and it came out November 10th, so you can go read it with me.
Sounds so freaking cute.
Doesn't it?
I
I can't wait for this next book.
know. Okay, so
we swooned over
Yes.
it in person.
Yes. My next pick is The Ravens by Cass Morgan and Danielle Page.
Love this cover.
Oh, no. I don't know how to say this name.
Yeah, I was thinking
Kappa Rho Nu
yeah.
isn't your average sorority. Their parties are notorious. Their fundraisers are known for being Westerly College's most elaborate affairs. But beneath the veil of Greek life and prestige, the sisters of Kappa Rho Nu share a secret. They're a coven of witches. For Vivi Devereaux, being one of Kappa Rho Nu's ravens means getting a chance to redefine herself. For Scarlet Winters, a bona fide raven and daughter of a legacy raven, pledge this year means living up to her mother's impossible expectations of becoming Kappa Rho Nu's next president. Scarlet knows she'd be the best perfect candidate. Nope. Scarlet knows she'd be the perfect candidate.
Oh, I read it like that too, and I was like, wait, what do you mean?
That is, if she didn't have one human-sized skeleton in her closet. When Vivi and Scarlet are paired as big and little for initiation, they find themselves sinking into the sinister world of blood oaths and betrayal.
I love it.
Oh my
I also would like to be
God.
there.
A YA fantasy with witches and paranormal and magic. Okay, so this one came out November 3rd, so you can also get this one.
We went to Barnes & Noble and stared at it for probably a really long time.
And Barnes & Noble, I guess, I don't know if it's everywhere, but in our local Barnes & Noble, they had this book. If you bought this book, you could get a tarot deck with it for just $10.
Yeah.
And normally the book is $20 and the tarot cards are $25.
Yeah.
So it's
and
really
also had
awesome
like
deal.
a little journal that you could keep if you want to actually start
Yes, a
doing
tarot
tarot readings
journal.
and stuff like that. Also, I was going to say, in the book and movie Percy Jackson, when they go to the hotel or not hotel,
it's
casino.
It's in Vegas.
Yes,
yeah.
it's the
I don't remember what it's called, but it's like a kids casino, like a arcade.
Yeah. But it's called something. I can't remember. It's called like a god's name or whatever. They go in there and they lose track of time. We've decided that is what Barnes and Noble does.
That's what we did.
We were in there for 2 hours, guys.
We didn't even buy very much.
You bought a Funko and I bought one book and then a Christmas present for your sons.
Mm-hmm.
And we were in there for 2 hours.
Yes. What the heck?
It was insanity, guys. And it didn't feel like time had passed.
No, it was weird because Alex had to call me and say that because he had ordered food I was supposed to pick up after we left. And he had to call and say that the place called him because we weren't showing up. And I was like, have we really been in here that long?
And then that was at the end when we found all the journals, and then we're like, we can't stay.
I know. They have a whole wall of like leather journals, and I
think this should be like our now thing that we do because of COVID. We can't really do a lot, so we should just like go to town, get the guys food, and go to Barnes and Noble and just get lost. It was so awesome. Yeah, what is it called? Lotus Casino. Mm-hmm. Yes, so good. Anyway, tangent off, but just saying, let us know if you guys feel like that because it was insane.
It was just like, I just want to look at everything. Yeah.
And we just wanted to look at everything and take pictures and just be like, like that feeling that you're just like, I just remember going there when I was younger and sitting on the floor and just like reading synopsis.
We used to do it it wasn't Barnes & Noble. It was that bookstore that was always in the mall.
I thought that was Barnes & Noble.
Nope, it was.
In Iowa City?
Because it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Well, we went in like Des Moines and Cedar Rapids too. But yeah, the bookstore doesn't exist anymore. Chapters? No. Is it Chapters?
I thought it was Barnes & Noble, so I have no idea. I don't remember. Anyway, I was always allowed one book.
Yes.
So you had to sit there and you read all the synopses to figure out which book you wanted. We were crazy kids. Our parents were like, you guys are weird. They would just leave us there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, and it was like they could go to another store and come back and we'd be in the same spot.
Yeah, we're not moving. So
mall bookstore chains in the 90s. Sorry.
Was it in the 90s?
Late 90s, early 2000s. Oh my God.
You have to pick from where? Interesting. Defunct? What's defunct mean?
The old ones, because it's an old one. Border?
Family Christians.
Frick, I don't know what it was.
Can't you Walden? Walden Books? That kind of sounds familiar.
Maybe.
I think it was Walden Books. Let's Google it. We'll Google a picture of it.
I'll just click it.
Screw you.
I'm on Wiki.
Wiki.
Oh, there's no pictures.
Walden?
It looks like it.
I think it was Walden. Yeah, because that's the only thing that sounds remotely familiar. Walden.
Oh my God. Yes, we saw them. We're in there all the time.
Ugh, I love bookstores. I love used bookstores. I love everything.
All the books.
Okay, my next one that I chose was Super Fake Love song by David Yoon. Okay, let me say that again.
Super Fake Love.
Super Fake Love song.
Is David Yoon
he wrote
married
everything.
Nicola Yoon?
These are good questions.
He did. No. Nicola Yoon wrote Everything. Did they write it together?
Okay, maybe I'm mixing him and...
He did the illustrations for Everything.
That's what it was. That's what it was. So they must be married. Or just siblings. Okay.
I'm not going to pretend to know.
I'm going to Google it. We're going to Google a lot of things here.
It's going to be a long episode.
Okay. How do you know?
Well, we took a picture together. I guess that doesn't mean anything, does it? I'm so dumb.
Yep, her husband.
Okay. Yay!
We're detectives. Olsen and Olsen Mystery Agency.
Oh, no.
You're supposed to know it.
We solve every crime by dinner time. Oh my God, I did know it. I just had to really reach in the recesses of my brain.
I'm like, brain, you can't remember math, but you can remember that. And you can pull it out of your brain. No.
We solve every crime by dinner time.
Okay, guys, here we go. Welcome back.
Okay, what book are we talking about?
All right, Super Fake Love Song by David Yoon.
Question mark?
The cover's so cute. Mm-hmm. Okay. When Sunny Day, a self-proclaimed total nerd, meets Cirrus So, he can't believe how cool and confident she is. So when Cirrus mistakes Sunny's older brother Gray's bedroom with its electric guitars and rock posters for Sunny's home. All right. I
was trying to do it quiet in my mouth, but the mic still got it. I gotta move back.
Everyone just heard that in their ears.
Sorry. Jimmy John's
freaking fast.
Okay, sorry.
All right, let's start over. I was butchering it anyway. When Sunny Day, so is it day?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I want you to keep reading it like that though. When
Sunny Day. Self-proclaimed. Oh my God, I'm so annoying. Okay. When Sunny Day, self-proclaimed total nerd, meets Cirrus So, he can't believe how cool and confident she is. So when Cirrus mistakes Sunny's older brother Gray's bedroom with its electric guitars and rock posters for Sunny's own, he sort of kind of accidentally winds up telling her he's the frontman of a rock band.
Oh, shoot.
Before he knows it, Sunny is knee-deep in the lie. He ropes his best friends into his scheme, begging them to form a fake rock band with him. And he starts wearing Gray's rock and roll cast-offs. But no way can he trick this amazing girl into thinking he's cool, right? Just when Sunny is about to come clean, Sirius asks to see them play sometime. Gulp. Now there's only one thing to do. Fake it till you make it. Sunny goes all in on the lie, and pretty soon the strangest things start happening. People are noticing him in the hallways, and he's going to football games and parties for the first time. He's feeling more confident in every aspect of his life, and especially with Sirius, who started to become not just his dream girl, but also the real deal. Sunny starts falling in love. He's having fun. He's becoming a rocker for real. But it's only a matter of time before Sunny's house of cards starts tumbling down. As his lies begin to catch up with him, Sunny Day is forced to wonder whether it was all worth it and if it's possible to ever truly change.
Aww.
Looks so good. And also, like, just being a rock band doesn't mean you have to be good. Just lie.
Oh my God. There's also a giveaway for this on Goodreads right now.
There's a good call.
And for the next 27 days. So
and it's a YA contemporary romance, and it comes out November 7th. It came out November 17th. I thought today was November 17th.
Nah, fam.
It already came out, fam.
Fam, fam.
Fam, 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 fam.
Oh my God. Okay. My next pick is These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong.
Ugh, this looks so good.
It really does. It says it's perfect for fans of The Last Magician and Descendant of the Crane. So that's great. Okay. The year is 1926 and Shanghai hums to the tune of debauchery. Are you laughing at me?
So that's great.
I was like, I really don't want to read this thing. Why did I start reading? I don't want to read it.
Brains just is like, no.
Oh my God. I wasn't being sarcastic. It is great.
Good review. So that's great.
I need another bathroom break. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I tried to hold my laugh in.
All right. Try again. The year is 1926 and Shanghai hums to the tune of debauchery. A blood feud between two gangs runs the streets red, leaving the city helpless in the grip of chaos. At the heart of it all is 18-year-old Juliet Kai, a former flapper who has returned to assume her role as the proud heir of the Scarlet Gang, a network of criminals far above the law. Their only rivals in power are the White Flowers, who have fought the Scarlets for generations. And behind every move is their heir, Roma Montagov, Juliet's first love and first betrayal. But when gangsters on both sides show signs of instability culminating in clawing their own throats out, the people start to whisper of a contagion, a madness, of a monster in the shadows. As the deaths stack up, Juliet and Roma must set their guns and grudges aside to work together. For if they can't stop this mayhem, then there will be no city left for either to rule.
Oh, so is it like a Romeo and Juliet retelling?
Yeah.
Oh,
sounds
that's
like
so
it.
cool. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off about like genres and stuff.
Well, if I had finished reading the top after I said, so that's cool, we would have known. It says this heart-stopping debut is an imaginative Romeo and Juliet retelling set in 1920s Shanghai with rival gangs and a monster in the depths of the Huangpao River.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sounds so good.
Okay, well, I said it wrong, so here we are.
We're butchering a lot of things tonight.
Oh my God, I'm so bad at words.
And what's the genre?
Oh, yes, sorry. It is YA historical fantasy, and it came out November 17th.
This is actually historical fantasy. Like, I think I could read that. Because it sounds so good.
Mm-hmm.
And I love, like, books set in, like Shanghai.
Right, yeah, like not the U.S.
Yes, basically, if it's not in the U.S., I'm, like, down. Okay. My next pick is Rent a Boyfriend by Gloria Chow. I really want to read this book. It looks so freaking cute.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a combo of To All the Boys I Loved Before meets The Farewell. Isn't it so cute?
Mm-hmm.
Chloe Wang is nervous to introduce her parents to her boyfriend because the truth is she hasn't met him yet either. She hired him from Rent Your Rents, a company specializing in providing fake boyfriends trained to impress even the most traditional Asian parents. Drew Chan's passion is art, but after his parents cut him off for dropping out of college to pursue his dreams, he's become a rent-for-your-rent employee to keep the roof over his head. Luckily, learning protocols like Type C parents prefer quiet, kind, zero PDA gestures comes naturally to him. When Chloe rents Drew, the mission is simple. Convince her parents fake Drew is worthy of their approval so they'll stop pressuring her to accept a proposal from Hongbo, the wealthiest and slimiest young bachelor in their tight-knit Asian American community. But when Chloe starts to fall for the real Drew, who unlike his fake persona is definitely not rent-worthy, her carefully curated life begins to unravel. Can she figure out what she wants before she loses everything?
Oh, this has the same trope as boyfriend material.
Right?
Fake dating.
I love it.
Falling in real love.
It's so cute. I want to read it so bad.
So
it
adorable.
is a YA contemporary romance, and it came out November 10th, so you can go read it now.
Do it. My next pick is A Deal with the Elf King by Elise Kova.
Ooh.
I read it and it's so good. Okay. Perfect for fans of A Court of Thorns and Roses and Uprooted, the standalone fantasy romance about a human girl and her marriage to the Elf King is impossible to put down, which is true. The elves come for two things, war and wives. In both cases, they come for death. 3,000 years ago, humans were hunted by powerful races with wild magic until the treaty was formed. Now, for centuries, the elves have taken a young woman from Luella's village to be their human queen. To be chosen is seen as a mark of death by the townsfolk. A mark 19-year-old Luella is grateful to have escaped as a girl. Instead, she's dedicated her life to studying herbology and becoming the town's only healer. That is until the Elf King unexpectedly arrives for her. Everything Luella had thought she'd known about her life and herself was a lie. Taken to a land filled with wild magic, Luella is forced to be the new queen to a cold yet blisteringly handsome Elf King. Once there, she learns about a dying world that only she can save. The magical land of Midscape pulls on one corner of her heart, her home and people tug on the other. But what will truly break her is a passion she never wanted.
Oh, that sounds so good.
So good. And so this is a standalone, but Elise is writing other books in this world because Luella's from like the human side of it.
Yeah.
And then she goes over to the Midscape, which is like the magical creature side.
Yeah.
So those are the elves, but then there's all these other races. There's vampires and werewolves and fae, and so
can they all like intertwine, or are they just all worlds?
So the other books in that world are going to be other races.
Oh, cool! I'm
so excited.
Genre?
Oh yes, sorry. It is a fantasy romance. I think it's new adult more than YA.
Yeah.
And then it came out November 6th, so you can get it now.
Oh, shoot.
And I'm pretty sure it's available on Kindle Unlimited.
Oh my God, I love
Most
it.
of her books are, and it's just so good. It's so good. It's so good.
It does sound really good, to be honest. Sounds right up my alley.
Yes.
Okay, the next pick is Those Who Pray by Jennifer Moffat. Would you say that? Moffat?
Yeah.
Love the cover.
Mm-hmm.
It's Sadie Meets the Girls.
What?
Yes. And about a cult. So,
my God.
Ready for this roller coaster.
I've never heard of this.
I know. Okay. College life isn't what Emily expected. She expected to spend freshman year strolling through the ivy-covered campus with new friends, finally feeling like she belonged. Instead, she walks the campus alone, still not having found her place or her people so far away from home. But then the Kingdom finds her. The Kingdom, an exclusive on-campus group, offers everything Emily expected of college and more. Acceptance, friends, a potential boyfriend, and a chance to spend the summer in Italy on a mission trip. But the trip is not what she thought it would be. Emily and the others are stripped of their passports and money. They're cut off from their families back home. The Kingdom's practices become increasingly manipulative and dangerous, and someone ends up dead. At times unsettling and always riveting, Those Who Pray looks at the allure of cult life while questioning just how far we are willing to go to find where we belong.
Oh, it sounds so good. I don't know why, because, okay, like, this is going to sound really bad, but I'm always drawn to things about cults. Not cults themselves, but always things about cults. Like, I'm super drawn to it.
Like hearing about them?
Yes, it's just so interesting.
It's fascinating because we're not we're very much like go our own path, don't want to go with the grain. And I think it's just fascinating for us to hear the different side of it.
Yes, it's just so interesting.
This is a YA mystery thriller and it came out November 10th, so go check it out.
I want it.
Right? It sounds so good.
Yes. Very much so.
And I think this might be her debut novel.
Oh.
I think it's her debut novel.
Sweet.
So go read her. Heard it's a slow burn, but those slow burns are good.
They are. They really are. All right. My final pick is The 30 Names of Night by Zane Jucador.
Yeah.
I think.
Good job.
Okay. 5 years after a suspicious fire killed his ornithologist mother, a closeted Syrian-American trans boy sheds his birth name and searches for a new one. He has been unable to paint since his mother's ghost has begun to visit him each evening. As his grandmother's sole caretaker, he spends his days cooped up in their apartment, avoiding his neighborhood masjid, his estranged sister, and even his best friend, who also happens to be his longtime crush. The only time he feels truly free is when he slips out at night to paint murals on buildings in the once thriving Manhattan neighborhood known as Little Syria. One night, he enters the abandoned community house and finds the tattered journal of a Syrian-American artist named Layla Z, who dedicated her career to painting the birds of North America. She famously and mysteriously disappeared more than 60 years before, but her journal contains proof that both his mother and Layla Z encountered the same rare bird before their deaths. In fact, Layla Z's past is intimately tied to his mother's and his grandmother's in ways he never could have expected. Even more surprisingly, Layla Z's story reveals the histories of queer and transgender people within his own community that he never knew. Realizing that he isn't and has never been alone, he has the courage to officially claim a new name, Nadir, an Arabic name meaning rare. As unprecedented numbers of birds are mysteriously drawn to the New York City skies, Nadir enlists the help of his family and friends to unravel what happened to Layla Z and the rare bird his mother died trying to save. Following his mother's ghost, he uncovers the silences kept in the name of survival by his own community, his own family, and within himself, and discovers the family that was there all along.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so good.
Doesn't it? So this one is contemporary historical fiction, and it comes out November 24th.
With
what? Oh, magical realism.
No,
sorry. What? LGBTQ character. Well,
LGBTQ plus character.
I was gonna say, I feel like
yeah, but I want to hear you say it. You haven't said
LGBTQ plus characters.
Thank you. We haven't heard it in a long time,
and it sucks because I was lucky enough to get an arc of this book.
Shut up.
But I haven't got to read it because
life.
Yeah, 2020.
Like, I wasn't sure because, birds. But once you get into it, I was like, oh.
Honestly, the synopsis sort of reminds me of
it's like the synopsis is a slow burn.
Yeah, it reminds me sort of Emily X.R. Pan's book.
Yeah,
I can't think of what it's called, but it's about a girl whose mother dies, and then she keeps seeing this bird that she's convinced is her mom.
Yes, I remember that.
And so this sort of reminds me of that because it's got that magical realism.
Yes. All right, my last pick is How to Pack. I just clicked on it. How to Pack for the End of the World by Michelle Falkoff. It's The Breakfast Club meets We Are the Ants.
I don't know what We Are the Ants is,
but
I love The Breakfast Club.
It's about young activists, so I was like, down.
I love it.
If you knew the world was going to end, what would you do? This is a question that haunts Amenia as she watches new and horrible stories of discord and crisis flash across the news every day. Too true.
Yeah.
But when she starts at prestigious Gardner Academy, Amina? Okay, that sounds a lot better. Amina finds a group of like-minded peers to join forces with, fast friends who dedicate their year to learning survival skills from each other before it's too late. Still, as their prepper knowledge multiplies, so do their regular high school problems, from relationship drama to family issues to friend blow-ups. Juggling the two parts of their lives forces Amina to ask another vital question. Is it worth living in the hypothetical future if it's at the expense of your actual present.
Ooh,
Yeah, so it's a YA
sounds super
contemporary
interesting.
fiction, and it came out November 10th. I just thought it was really interesting.
Yeah.
Like, very, very interesting.
I love The Breakfast Club. So if it
Yes.
gets compared to that, I'm like, okay.
Well, and it's just
I'm
like
in.
it's just about this girl. She also wrote Questions I Want to Ask You, Pushing Perfect. There's a couple
Okay.
that I've been wanting to read, but
Yeah.
I just find it's like, right, like I struggled with this a lot. Is I was always looking towards my future and not really enjoying the present. And I think that's kind of what it's accomplishing, especially in this world where, like, they say discord and crisis, but it is true. Like, there's constant, like, waves of stuff coming at us from all different directions.
Right.
And it's just hard to even, like, deal. So I just found that really fascinating.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. November, new release, Rapid Fire.
Rapid fire. Okay. First up, Dearly, new poems by Margaret Atwood. It's a collection of poems with a wide range of topics, from love, loss, and nature to zombies. Written by the same imaginative mind as The Handmaid's Tale, this poetry collection released November 10th.
Oh, cute. Also, I'm too afraid to read The Handmaid's Tale.
I really want to read it, but
I'm
at
too
the same
scared,
at the
dude.
same time, I feel like I've heard a lot of things, and I know I'm just gonna be angry the whole time.
I'm angry when I read The Grace Year.
But to be fair, I don't know. But maybe it's the Aries in me, but I really like that anger sometimes.
Yeah, I like the anger too, but, like, I think it feels less real now that we haven't going to have a new president. I think I might be able to read it, but when he was, it was too real for me, man. It still feels too real with all of those people in power, all those old white men in power making choices for our bodies. It still feels too real for me.
Maybe you can start with her book of poetry.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because I like zombies.
Yeah.
All right, my pick is Ready Player 2 by Ernest Cline. This is a sequel to Ready Player One.
One.
Ready Player One.
Where'd that accent come from?
I don't know. That was just natural, apparently. My body's like, we should go this way.
Let's change it up.
This is a sequel to Ready Player One, a sci-fi dystopian story set in the not too distant future where playing a virtual reality game becomes life or death. That releases November 24th.
I can't believe you finally wrote a second one.
I know.
After like 20 years?
Yeah. And that one's really good. I enjoyed it a lot. Have the boys watched the movie? They would love it. It's
Really?
like playing it. There's like video game characters.
The game is like 80s nostalgia?
Yes. Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
like
So
90s or
basically,
something?
everyone lives in the VR because the real world's just basically desolate. And in the VR game, you can choose your character and you play in there and stuff like that. And you have like crews that you play with together. And it's really good. The boys would love it.
Because it's about gaming.
Yep.
Yeah.
We should watch that. Okay.
All right. Next up, Cobble Hill by Cicely Von
Zeigser.
Okay. From the author of Gossip Girl is a new novel about 4 families living in a Brooklyn neighborhood. Each family has problems of their own, and it all culminates when they're together at a neighborhood party. So this came out November 10th. I actually started listening to this on audiobook, and then I got sucked into boyfriend material, so I'm going to go back when I finish that.
But it's an adult, so she's usually wrote YA. This is her first adult, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't know if
because she took a break for a long time. Because trust me, I stalked her for a while.
So what I've listened to so far does kind of give me the Gossip Girl vibes because it's set in New York and it's like these 4 families and each family's having their own drama. Yeah. So,
I can't wait. All right, Love and Olives is the 3rd book in Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welsh. Is a series which can be read as standalones, which is so nice. Each book takes the reader on a journey through a different European country with a young girl finding herself and maybe romance in the process. Love and Olives released November 10th.
These look so cute.
They look so cute. The covers are adorable. They look like, at least they feel standalone-ish, so it's like,
because what I was reading is like each of the main characters, each of the girls, like you find out about them in the different books, so they can be read as standalones, but they all connect.
That. You know, I love books like that.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
All right. Next up is A Lady's Guide to Mischief and Mayhem by Amanda Collins. A historical fiction mystery romance. This book seems to have it all. About a newspaper columnist in 1865 London who helps to solve a murder only to become witness to another, all while falling for the lead detective. This one came out November 10th.
Oh, that sounds so good. That sounds up my alley, too.
It reminds me of like Lady Sherlock Holmes.
Who wrote that?
If
we met them.
She was also a newspaper reporter.
Yes. So the next one is Ruin Song by Julia Ember. This is a dark YA fantasy with LGBTQ plus characters. Two young women from rival factions must work together to reunite their country as they wrestle with their feelings for each other. Releases November 24th.
All right, next up is Little Weirds by Jenny Slate, a memoir by the one and only Mona Lisa Saperstein. Much like the woman herself, this is a strange and magical book that will make you laugh and break your heart. It releases November 24th.
Oh, that sounds good, but I don't like the break your heart part.
Yeah, I was reading some of the reviews for it, and people are like, yes, it's weird, and yes, it's funny, but it's also very heartbreaking. She just talks about a lot of real stuff.
Okay, prepare.
Yeah.
Lies Like Poison by Chelsea Pitcher. This is a YA thriller about a group of friends who will do anything to save each other, even kill. But one of them gets cold feet and the plan is forgotten until it all comes back to haunt them 3 years later. This was released November 10th.
This one sounded really good,
too. Right? It sounds so good.
Okay, this one we saw when we were at Barnes & Noble. It's called This Is Not a Ghost Story by Andrea Portes. Ports? I don't know. Okay. Tagged as American Horror Story meets There's Someone Inside Your House, this YA horror is about a girl who just wants a quiet summer and takes on a house-sitting job. But she slowly learns the house isn't what it seems and a grudge must be settled. Released November 17th.
Ugh, that sounds scary.
Yeah.
The next one is The King of Sorry, but I was worried
Elfheim?
about Elfheim, thank you. How the King of Elfheim Learned to Hate Stories by Holly Black. This is the Folk of Air 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
An illustrated book to accompany the Folk of Air series. This story follows Cardan when he was a fairy child before he became a cruel prince or wicked king. And it's released November 24th.
I love that they have a illustrated.
I know. That's why I was like, yes, please.
All right, next is Goblin King by Cara Barbary. It's number 2 in the Permafrost series. So the sequel to White Stag. Sorry, this is the sequel to White Stag. This YA fantasy has goblins, North mythology. Oh my God, North? No.
You sound like me. It's okay.
Okay. The sequel to White Stag, this YA fantasy has goblins, Norse mythology, and loads of action. Now is the perfect time to catch up on the series. Goblin King released November 17th.
Yay!
Oh boy.
The next one is The Ever Cruel Kingdom by Rin Chupeco. This is the sequel to The Never Tilting World, a YA fantasy about twin goddesses ruling opposite realms, one in perpetual night and the other in unrelenting sun. The women are forced to reunite to save the world that once was whole. The sequel is released November 10th.
I really want to read that series.
I know.
A Promised Land by Barack Obama.
I can't wait.
A memoir by a president much missed. In this book, Obama tells his story from young man to president and all through his time in office. This is an intimate look into his life and was released November 17th.
Oh, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
My last one is Spellbreaker by Charlie N. Holmberg. An historical fiction fantasy set in a historical fiction fantasy set in an alternate Victorian England where magic is commonplace, but only the privileged are allowed to use it freely. This is the first in a new series, and it was released November 1st.
All right, final one, White Ivy by Susie Yang, a contemporary thriller about how one young woman's obsession for a classmate continues to haunt her years later. White Ivy is about the immigrant experience and a coming-of-age story with dark undertones, and it released November 3rd.
So many good books. So many good books to read.
I want to read all of them.
All of them, right now. Right now.
Like, someone please give me time.
Right? Let's please.
I would like to be gifted time.
So you guys should let us know.
For Christmas.
For Christmas you want time. Okay.
Yes, I do.
All right, I'll write that down. So let us know what your favorite new release was.
Yeah. And what are you guys most excited to read?
Yeah, because oh wow. This has made me
if you had to pick one from this list, what
don't you do that to me right now.
Pick?
One that we're not reading.
Yeah, one that you're not currently reading or going to read in the next day.
So I would say let's pick one from each other's lists.
Okay.
So I think the one that you said that I want to read the most would probably be, actually, honestly, it would probably be, where is it? A Deal with the Elf King by Elise Kova.
Yes.
Just because I haven't ever read Elise Kova's books, but I think that sounds really good.
I think you would really like it because it's romance. It's got the romance.
I love romance.
But I feel like that's my thing is like I can't have like just romance. And like a lot of these like I guess we've been reading about and I'm like, oh, that sounds really cute. But like this one has also action and it's also like elves and fairies and I need that. I just need that.
All right, you have to pick one.
Oh God. Okay. I think Super Fake Love Song by David Yoon.
I know that one does sound really good.
And maybe it's just because right now I really love that trope that like fake dating. Oh wait, that's not the one that's fake dating.
That's just being fake rock star. I think you're
shoot. Okay, well either way, it sounds really cute and
maybe you're thinking about Rent a Boyfriend by Gloria Chow.
Yeah.
Because that one sounds so cute.
Well, both of those I really want to read.
Right. I mean, I could name all of the ones I want to read. All right. Well, we better get going. Got more tea to drink and books to read. Make sure you subscribe wherever you listen to our podcast, or if you're watching it on YouTube, we really appreciate it.
Like and subscribe.
Like and smash that like button.
Don't do it like that. You're gonna hurt your computer or phone or whatever you're watching on.
Make sure to leave a review or comment or whatever that you want. We really appreciate looking at them. Yes. And
leave a 5-star review if you can.
Yes.
Say something nice, but leave it on the right podcast, please.
Don't say anything about the Crusades. We didn't do it. It wasn't us. We've been framed.
The only time we ever talked about the Crusades was to talk about the review that said we talked about the Crusades.
Ma'am. All of our links are below as always. You can check us out on Patreon if you want. Thank you to our patrons, Hannah and Nicole. We really appreciate your support.
Thanks for sticking with us
during this just lovely
crap year. It's been a crap year.
COVID crap year. CC. COVID crap.
COVID crap year. Oh my God.
All right. Thanks for listening.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.